The rumors are true. Oh. Yeah. Bung, 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 bung. Some of you guys already called it because you called me out on my breathing. So congratulations. The rumors are true. Your assumptions are true.
I'm pregnant.
Now on this channel, I talk a lot about identity, and I'm about to change a lot as a person. I'm about to go through a huge identity shift as a person, which I've heard a lot of people do as they transition into motherhood, parenthood. And so I found it only appropriate to also talk and address the identity crisis that this channel has been going through for the last year or so. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about congratulations. You guys were right. And then also we're going to talk about this channel. What does this mean? Where are we headed? What's going on? All right, let's get into it. Chapter 1, Matrescence. From what I've observed of a lot of my friends who've gone through having children and just the general discourse online, women really a lot of times lose themselves in motherhood, in this transition, and I am terrified. With any big unknown, of course, there's fear. And I'm there right now. I'm like, okay, I got this. Do I got this? All right, let's see. But either way, I'm very excited to meet the little one, inshallah. Keep us in your prayers, I think part of what I'm afraid of is losing my personality. A lot of women who I see who have little children, they'll do this thing when they're talking to you. They'll be like, yeah, I'm just a mom now. I'm like, yeah, but you went to Harvard though. You're a mom, but I'm just a mom. I'm just a mom now. And they say it with this and not in a good way. And I'm scared of that. I'm like, am I going to completely lose my personality? Am I going to lose who I am? But on the other hand, I also feel very much like some of my friends are still themselves. They are themselves plus being mom. I don't know. I guess it depends on how much support you have, the resources that are available to you. And I'm just hoping it all works out for me, inshallah, that it's not too crazy of a... I hope I'm still me. And I think there's a lot of negativity around having children, around becoming a mother, and I don't know if it's just my algorithm, but I feel like generally speaking also, actually even in person, people tend to be kind of negative about having kids. And I'm sure that's a reflection of the culture that we live in. It's a reflection of how difficult things are right now. How expensive it is to just be a human being. And I get it. But I also, for me personally, I've been kind of seeking out during my pregnancy, I've been seeking out content and creators and people who are just generally very positive about it, because I want to be positive. I don't want my children to feel like they're a burden to me, because I feel like children can feel that and sense that, and I just don't want to even put that out there. So that's what I've been kind of going through. Now the question becomes, Tasneem, is all your content going to be about this now? You're just going to become like a mommy vlogger? What, how is that going to affect who I present myself as online? And the answer is, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to be a mommy vlogger. I don't see that happening. I'm not even a real vlogger at this point in time. I show up when I want to and I disappear when I don't want to be here. So, and I think I just give you guys glimpses of myself and my life, unless I really need that money, you probably won't see me doing that content, but who knows? I might be very inspired by the journey and I might share a lot. So I would say just stay tuned. As far as this particular channel goes, let's address that a little bit. Chapter 2, this channel's identity crisis. All right, many things have happened over the course of the last year and a half that have really confused me about what I want, what kind of content I want to make, what this channel is about. I felt like for a period of time, this channel was doing really well and I was being consistent and I felt like I was getting the hang of it. But weirdly, the more and more the views were coming in, the less I kind of felt like this channel was a community. It just kind of felt like a lot of people are new viewers, which is fine. But it just kind of felt like I was able to get the skill of capturing views, but not building community around something. And then in, midsummer of last year, I filmed a comedy pilot. And I know I've talked about that somewhat, quite a bit. And that really shook me. up. Okay, shook things up. It made me realize that I just kind of like didn't care about YouTube, and I just kind of was like, I'm headed in the wrong direction. I don't even care about this. This is what I actually want to do. If any of you guys used to watch my videos like way back in the day, I would say that the comedy pilot was kind of like going back down that route where, you know, you're scripting something, you're filming it, you're collaborating with other people, and then it was just a totally different experience. And I kind of realized that, you know, I kind of like this better, and I think that this is my calling, because I was like, why can't I figure it out on YouTube? I don't really feel like I fit in a particular category, and which makes it hard to go full force into something, because I don't know if I want to do commentary. I don't know if I want to be a, you know, I don't know if I want to talk about politics. I feel like I've been talking about politics a lot recently, and the more I do things, sometimes I'm like, I don't know that that's what I want. But when I filmed this comedy pilot, I was like, this is what I want. Like, I felt in alignment. It was amazing. It was such a great experience. We actually finished editing it, but now it's hitting the film festival route. So, you know, it's not available for the public to see. We did do a small screening for the cast and crew back this summer, and that was really fun. That was really fun. It was cool to see everybody's faces again, and it was really well received. It was really, really well received, which made me feel good. But right now it's like kind of a waiting game. We're seeing what's happening. It's technically a first episode of a show, you know, and so I don't feel comfortable like posting it online. I mean, right now, like I said, it's going through the film festival route, so we wouldn't do that anyway. But I want to secure funding so that we could make more episodes, that we can actually post it and share it with people. Oh, if you guys want to keep up with it, I did make a little website, so you can go to woodenspoonscomedypilot.com, and you know, it has a little bit more information, and you can sign up for updates if you want to keep updated on the project. But anyway, that kind of like sent me spiraling in a I don't know what direction. Okay, that was part one of the identity crisis. Part two of the identity crisis, I'm just going to be completely level with you guys and be completely honest and open. When things started happening in Gaza in October of last year, it just like totally shifted everything. Completely was questioning, and I'm still to this day like having a hard time with understanding what my place is and what I should be using my platform for. But it sent me into a direction of like feeling like a lot of what the discourse and the kind of stuff that I make, it felt very frivolous, and it felt like this is not important. I just felt like questioning myself, what I'm doing in life, and what I use my platform for, and how do I live my life? Do I live my life by the values that I stand for? And I think a lot of people who are really, really impacted by what's going on in Gaza really had to take like a really, really good look at yourselves. Where does your dollar go? Where does your dollar come from? You know, what do you stand up for? What do we as a collective accept? I'm still going through that journey. I'm still figuring out a lot of things, you know, even in my personal life. I think when you're living in a place like the US, which is, you know, a big part of all of this, a big part of it, a driving force of a lot of this, you just kind of are like, am I in the belly of the beast, or am I the beast? Like, kind of unveiled a lot of hypocrisies and things that you kind of have a lot of self-reflection to do, right? And just watching even people that I know and that I love worry about their families, you know, their land, their grandfathers, their great-grandfathers' land, just seeing the things that are playing out, having the entire bloodlines just gone, you know, and the world not really doing much about it or stopping it, you know. It sent me into another identity crisis. And so, you know, I started posting about Palestine, but I always kind of felt like I'm not really like saying anything. Am I even saying anything of any substance, right? What is my content? How do I even tailor my content to this when I don't even know what my content is to begin with? So, and then I was also journaling a lot at the time. So I would say like from August through October, maybe, I was journaling a lot, which I don't usually do, but I was like waking up every morning and I was journaling like 3 pages every single morning. And weirdly, I kind of felt like as I was getting things privately down on paper, it also took away this feeling of like wanting to make content. And I realized how much of my emotional state is connected to me wanting to make content and wanting to express myself online. And I was like, should I just be dealing with these things privately? Like, and then shortly after that, I actually had some stuff in my personal life that completely blew up. Like, I was shattered. I was not okay for like, I don't know how many months. And I was having a really, really hard time. And yeah, so I was just like, again, what am I doing with my life? What am I making content about? What is my purpose? Like, what? There were just so many questions, and I felt like it was a time of like, I was just going deeper and deeper into like isolation. I felt like I had to like just isolate myself. I had to go into hermit mode. I had to figure that part out, you know? And it's not that I've come out of it and I've figured it out. It's just like when you're in such a bad state, you're like questioning everything. Everything feels dark. You're just kind of like, all right, I have to do things to help myself come out of this, right? And like I have to really get in touch with. Anyway, now I'm rambling. But anyway, back to the content. I felt like I was feeling torn between who I am and who I'm becoming and who I was. There felt like there was a gap with who I present myself as online. So naturally there's going to be an identity crisis, right? And then on top of that, if you are in social media or you create content, you're always thinking about title, thumbnail, you're thinking about like all the metrics. You're thinking about like, how do I grab people's attention? How do I, and it's so it's like when I was personally going through something where I was like, I don't want to, on a deep level, on an emotional level, I was dealing and facing a lot of my like people pleasing tendencies. And I was trying to overcome that in my personal life. But at the same time, it's like, this is a very people pleasing thing. And trying to figure out how to monetize this or make it so that you can build a large community or that people are interested in you. That is also people pleasing. So again, like there's this clash, like what am I doing? And so that's an explanation of why the channel has kind of just been all over the place for the last, I don't know, year and a half. And I haven't figured it out. But what I can say is I think that I have made some decisions, and I think that I am okay with this being a very long journey and there not being like some sort of destination. I feel very lucky that I have this platform. I feel very lucky that I have these skills that I can do this and express myself the way that I do. I don't need validation from other people to start my projects, and hopefully something is successful in the future. I think that there's a lot of stepping stones to get to where you need to go. So we'll talk about what's next. Chapter 3, what's next? So when it comes to the direction of this channel, I think one thing that I have kind of decided is that I don't want this channel to be a place where I put very personal, like kind of more personal content that's not related to something about society or culture or pop culture or like something that's bigger. So, I've had some videos where I'm like, this is my journey. Like this video, for example, this is my journey. I don't really want to do that. I want to continue making videos for the time being until I don't want to or I can't. I want to make videos on this channel that are related to the big questions about identity and culture and society and social commentary. And I want to keep the more personal stuff separate. So for example, like if you love the Let's Get Deep episodes or the Big Sis Q&A, that is actually going to be moved on to a new channel. I am starting a new channel. You guys can check it out. I'll link it in the description. But this is going to be a channel that's going to be an ode to my younger self. So the way that it's designed is it's going to be kind of like life lessons, advice, but really me reflecting on a lot of what happened when I was younger. And me as a big pregnant lady now, because pregnant women are wise. They are, please don't underestimate me. Okay, the woman I am. When you create content, you also question a lot. You're like, is my voice like am I an authority on this? Like, should I be talking about this? Like, I'm not an expert, right? And I still like have to fight that. But I realized I was like, well, what do I know really well? I know what I went through. I know my life. And so, yeah, you guys can check out that channel. It's going to be me looking back on things and making videos about topics that hopefully will also be relatable to other people as well. So yeah, and I don't know, once I have the baby, I'll probably disappear for a little bit. I don't know, but I'm working really hard to just kind of get things situated and at least the ball rolling so that there's something out there, you know. I get a lot of satisfaction and happiness out of creating stuff and sharing it, and so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, now as far as the main channel goes, I am working on a couple videos, so like I'm hoping that I get them done before le bébé comes. So just keep an eye out for those, but those will be similar to whatever content I've been making recently. They're not going to be like super different. So let's see, you know, stay tuned to watch my identity crisis unfold. We'll do this together. Okay. But again, I'm super grateful to have this platform. I'm super grateful for the people who have like come along and watched me for years. And I do understand, I don't know who told me this, but it's like people will usually only follow you for a period of about 2 years. Like sometimes people will be like, oh, I used to watch your videos. What happened? And I'm like, or they'll be like, yeah, I didn't know you still made videos. And I'm like, I do. But I think that, yeah, that's the average or something. Like people will follow a creator for about like 2 years. And then that's kind of like the extent of the journey. So I know that there are names that I've seen for a very long time. And so I really appreciate you guys. And I really appreciate you guys sticking around. I hope I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.